Hare Krishna, thank you all for staying back. Today we will see day 8 and day 9, Modadrumadvip and Rudradvip. You can just give me 1 minute. Yeah, just. Yeah. So yesterday we have seen Ritudvip and Janudvip, where Janudvip from Janu Muni's ear, Ganga Devi has come. So we ended there at the Janudvip. So we will start to Modadrumadvip. So this is very special dweep, very nice pastimes. Before we start, we'll seek the blessings of Shri Radha Madhav, Shri Panchatattva, Shri Nrsimhadev, Srila Prabhupada, all the acharyas, and all the assembled devotees. And then we will start. So Modadrumadvip is representing Dasyam. And this is non-different from Bhandirvan in Vrindavan. So what happened, Modadrumadvip, as we have discussed in the first day, the Lord has appeared, all the 4 Yuga avatars appeared here, like Nrsimhadev is there in Nrsimhapalli. Then we have seen Varahadev also appeared. Then Krishna came in Samudraghar. Then now Ramachandra has come in Modadrumadvip. Then Kali Yuga, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is anyways there in Navadvip. So Ramachandra's pastimes are also here, and let's see. So he revealed a secret here to Sita. This place is now called as Mamgachi, and this place is non-different from Ayodhya. So Modha means pleasure, Druma is a tree, Dweep is an island. So there is a pleasure shown under a tree in this Dweep. So what is that? We will see. So what happens in the previous Kalpa, Lord Ram, when he came to live in the forest, he built a cottage under a banyan tree. And when he built like they came to Navadvip and he built a cottage, and then he was laughing, seeing the effulgence of Navadvip and seeing the place, beautiful place. He was laughing, and Mother Sita asked, like, why are you laughing? Then he said, in Kali Yuga, I'm going to appear here. But when I appear here, I'm going to take sannyas, and I will leave you. You will come as Vishnu Priya. I will leave you, and I will leave my mother Kausalya, who comes as Sachi Devi. I will leave, I'll take sannyas and I'll go. And later in this Yuga, right now, I'm going to worship you as Golden Sita. And when I leave, like in Kali Yuga, when I leave, you're going to worship me in my golden form. If you remember in Dameshwar Mahadev, Vishnu Priya was worshipping that wooden like golden complexion wooden deity. So he said, now I will worship you, and later you are going to worship me. And she will ask, like, why are you leaving me and your mother? And Lord says, because you will relish the prema bhakti in like you'll feel love of separation, the vipralamba bhav, and you'll get a lot of prema bhakti. That's why. So he says devotees enjoy pleasure even in that. And he also reveals that this Navadvip Dham is very, very dear to me. And this Ramavatta, this banyan tree where we are staying now, in Kali Yuga, this will be invisible, but we are staying here eternally. And then Lord asks Mother Sita, close your eyes. He gives the vision of that golden Gauranga avatar, and she feels very, very ecstatic. And Lord Lakshmana also knows everything, and he becomes very ecstatic, and he becomes very impatient because he wanted to see that form. And he like to hear, he also becomes very ecstatic to hear the pastimes of Nadia. And from here they move to Dandakaranya. But before Dandakaranya, they lived here for some time in Navadvip. And then Guhaka Raja, he comes as a Brahmana. He was Sadananda Bhattacharya. So he only knows Lord Ram. He knows only one thing in the 3 worlds is Lord Ram. So when Lord Gauranga was born, he also came to Jagannath Mishra's house. And he saw, like he only could see. Like he could see that all the demigods had come to have darshan of the Lord. Then he understood all the demigods had come. Maybe this is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So then he went home, and on his altar he had Lord Ram, Sita and Lakshman on the altar. And when he was meditating in front of his altar, he has seen Gaurasundar sitting and all the demigods worshipping him. Then he got very confused. He looked, and then when he again, what happened? after that vision, again Lord Ram, Lakshman, Sita, Hanuman were sitting on the altar. So then he understood Lord Gauranga and Lord Ram, Sita, Lord Ram is not different. So he would always come to Mayapur and he would visit Gaurachandra and feel very, very ecstatic. And in Navadvip, there is the birthplace of Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur. In mid-morning sessions, we are seeing Chaitanya Bhagavat by Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur. So this is his birthplace. And actually, at his birthplace stood the house of Malini Devi. Malini Devi is the wife of Srivas Thakur. And Malini Devi, in her previous Leela, she came as Ambika, the nurse, the nanny of Krishna, and her sister was Kilimbika, Ambika's sister. So Kilimbika is in Gaura Leela came as Narayani. She is the mother of Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur. And when Narayani appeared here in Gaura Leela, she got remnants of the Lord when she was very young. Lord gave her remnants. So now here in his birthplace, there is a Gaudiya Math temple, and the deities are Srinitai, Gauranga, Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, and these deities were worshipped by Vrindavan Das Thakur, and Radha Krishna deities are also there, which was established by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And the Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur is the last disciple of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. So these are the deities established by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and this Gaurnitai, Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra are the deities of Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur. And Vrindavan Das Thakur in his Krishna Leela, Gaura Ganodesha Deepika mentions that he is a Kusma Pida Gopa. And then we have Saranga Murari's house. Saranga Murari is called Saranga Thakur. So he's also called as Saranga Pani. Saranga Murari's house, this bakula tree is very, very special. We'll see why. But Saranga Murari used to worship the Lord under this banyan tree in a very secluded place. And actually Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also would visit this place, and Saranga Murari used to chant a lot of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra under this tree. So a small temple is there right now, and it is supported by again Gaudiya Math. And these deities, like here Vasudev Datta's deities are also there. So Radha, Madan, Gopal, these are worshipped by Vasudev Datta, and the smaller ones are Radha Gopinath, worshipped by Saranga Murari, and the smallest are Radha Govinda, and Sivananda Sen worship them. The deities of Gaura Gadadhar are worshipped by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur and his disciples. So these are the deities. Madan Gopal is there, Radha Krishna, Gaur Gadadhar, and big Radha Krishna. So these are the deities. So what happened was, after many years of Vasudev Datta and Mukunda Datta, first Saranga Thakur was there. Then these Vasudev Datta and Mukunda Datta also had their deities, and they were staying here worshipping, taking care of the deities. So after they left, some strangers came and they're staying in this house. So they didn't want the deities, and they decided to throw the deities because they didn't want, and they didn't know the value of the deities. So they just wanted to throw. So once Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's disciple, Sagar Maharaj, he was I think he was going in a train to Calcutta, and in his dream, the dream appeared, and in the dream, Madan Gopal deity was coming and telling, they wanted me to throw in Ganges. You please come and save me. I am in Mamgachi. Please come and save me. And my name is Madan Gopal. Then Sagar Maharaj immediately returned, and he went to the there, and he inquired with the devotees. He went there, and when he asked the people staying there, and he asked, do you want to throw the deities? And they said, yes, we want to throw them. And then Sagar Maharaj requested if he can have them. So he took all the deities, and they took a land, and they established these deities worship. And this Bakul tree opposite to Saranga Murari's temple, this Bakul tree is there, where once Saranga Murari worshipped his deities here. So the speciality is Lord Gauranga Mahaprabhu would visit here, and one time when he came, this tree almost died, and the leaves were withered. It looked very pale, and immediately Lord Gauranga Mahaprabhu hugged this tree, and immediately it rejuvenated. It became very beautiful, nice greenish, very fresh. It came back to life, very nice. So this tree is called as Kalpa Vriksha tree. So this is very, very special tree in Mayapur Dham. Actually, Lord Krishna, before this place was Vidyanagara, and we have seen that Lord would go and have his debates there in Vidyanagara, Vidyavachaspati's school. Then after that, after the debate, he would come here and he would rest here. This tree is more than 500 years old. And then Saranga Thakur, he didn't want to initiate any devotees, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was asking him. He didn't want to give any initiation, but that day he thought, whomever I see first, I'm going to give initiation. So what he does, he goes to take bath in Ganges, and when he there was a dead body in the water. And he just, while taking bath, he just pushes it off. Then immediately the dead body comes back to life, and he says his name was Burari. He was bitten by a snake. That's why he was dead in the water. He fell down in the water, and immediately he came back to the life. So because he said he will initiate the first person he is going to see that day, he will initiate Murari. And Murari, instead of going back to his parents, he wanted to serve his Guru Maharaj. So he stayed back and he served Saranga Thakur. That's why he's also called as Saranga Murari Thakur. And Saranga Thakur in his Vrajalila serves as Nandi Mukhi Gopi. And Arkatila is a place it's non-different from Surya Kunda in Vrindavan. And Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur only found this place. Arka means sun, so there is a high hill on the bank of Ganges. So this is the place, like Arkatila is equal to Surya Kund, where Radharani would come and worship Surya Bhagavan every single day in Vrindavan Leela. We have seen those pastimes. So that is there. And then there is Vaikuntapura, because this place is non-different from Vaikunta. So what happened? Narada Muni, one time, he visits Kailash. And who was there in Kailash? Lord Shiva. And Shiva was talking to his associates about Lord Krishna. And seeing Narada Muni felt very, very ecstatic, and he asked, from where are you coming? And Narada Muni says, I'm coming from Vaikunta, and I heard Lord talking about Nadia, Navadvip. And Shiva felt very ecstatic. Oh, Lord is talking about Navadvip. Then Narada Muni understood the Lord is going to manifest and show his pastimes in Navadvip. So he leaves Kailash and he will come to Navadvip. And he thought, okay, will the Lord give me darshan? And will I see like Vaikuntanath here? Because when I went to Vaikunta, Lord was saying that he's going to appear in Nadia. Then immediately he saw Lord with all his associates. Then Narada Muni got so overwhelmed and he went to Dwaraka. And when he went to Dwaraka, Lord Krishna received him very nicely. And Narada Muni said, I'm coming from Navadvip. Then Krishna understood his intention. So Krishna changed into Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Like he transformed and showed the Gauranga Mahaprabhu's form, and immediately he became Krishna. Then Narada Muni felt so ecstatic and he started shedding tears. And he kept that form in his heart and he meditated. And Krishna said, announce to everybody that I'm going to appear in Nadia. So he came to Kailash and he explains everything to Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva also becomes very ecstatic, and Narada Muni comes back to Nadia again, and he will be thinking, will I again get the vision of that I have witnessed in Dwaraka? And immediately he will see Lord Gaura Sundar sitting on Ratna Simhasan. So this place is also, that's why called as Vaikuntapura, and Lord Narayana is eternally residing here with Sri Devi and Bhudevi. And also once there was an old Brahmana who was a great devotee of the Lord, and he was present during the wedding ceremony of Lakshmi Priya and Gauranga Mahaprabhu, and he felt so ecstatic like in this marriage, and he understood he is Lord Narayana, because he could see that instead of seeing Gauranga and Lakshmi Priya, he could see Vishnu and Lakshmi. So he understood that these are none other than my Lord, and he became so ecstatic. He went back to his kutir and he started offering prayers, and he was just meditating on the Lord, and Lord manifested his Vaikuntha pastimes, and he saw Lord Gauranga sitting on Ratna Simhasan with Lakshmi in his kutir. Then Lord blessed him and he said, when I come in Nadia, you are going to come as my dearmost associate. So again, it proves that Vaikuntha is also there in Nadia. This whole Brahmana also got vision of Vaikuntanath. And then Ramanujacharya also visited here. Ramanujacharya was in Jagannath Puri and he got instruction from Lord Jagannath. He said, go to Navadvip. Lord Krishna in his full form, is like he's Gauranga, he is there. And he says the entire spiritual sky is resting there. And Navadvip is not different from Vrindavan. So, and I am eternally staying there. So you just go there. And Ramanujacharya was asking, why isn't Gaura Tattva not explained in Shastra? So there's a very big philosophical debate, but finally he says, if my mercy is not there, the truth will not be revealed. And the truth is beyond an argument. So that can be revealed only by my mercy, and it will be revealed only to my devotees. So Ramanujacharya came to this Vaikuntapura and he had darshan of his worshipable Lord Narayana, and he fainted seeing that form. And Narayana, and immediately he saw Gauranga form and he fainted. Then Lord kept his lotus feet on his head and he woke up. And in Gaura Leela, he came as Sri Ananta. And there is Mahatpura. So Mahatpura, why is it called Mahatpura? Because Mahat, like the greatest amongst all the human beings, Mahat, they stayed here. So who is that? One time the Pandavas, because in their exile they were visiting different places, they were living in Eka Chakra. And Yudhishthir felt that this place is so beautiful, and he felt that there is something very special about this place, and he felt that he had never seen this place. And he was thinking, why am I feeling so ecstatic? Maybe this place is related to place of like Krishna, and maybe Krishna did some pastimes, and that night he gets a dream. Nityananda appears and Nityananda says the glories of Nadia, and then they moved to this place from Eka Chakra. They all moved to this place, Pandavas, and Yudhishthira got a desire. Like, will I get the same dream that I got when I was in Eka Chakra? And immediately falls in sleep. And the dream, Krishna and Balaram will give their darshan, and they will say that they're going to appear here. And then they say, when we appear, you will come as Ramananda Rai. So Lord shows the form that he's going to appear. That is Gauranga Mahaprabhu's form. And from here, the Pandavas left to Kamyavan. They moved to Kamyavan. So Pandavas got Yudhishthira Maharaj got the darshan of Lord Gauranga here. And because the Pandavas and Yudhishthira is the greatest among all the human beings, he's the great personality, this place is called Mahatpura, because that Mahat stayed here for some time. And that's the end of Modadrumadvip. So we will go to Rudradvip. Rudradvip is showing Sakhyam. And Rudra is Mahadev, like Shiva, Lord Shiva, we know. So Lord Shiva was very, very happy that knowing that Gaura Chandra will be appearing in Nadia. Just now Narada Muni also had said, so he's very happy that he's going to come, and he was speaking glories and dancing. The earth was shaking, and all the demigods also came, participated, and they all were saying, very soon in Kali Yuga we are going to see the Lord, and Lord is going to free everybody from all the sufferings. And Rudra was becoming so ecstatic that Lord himself, like he was visible only to Shiva, he himself came and pacified, like, now you have to settle down, you're getting like too much ecstatic. And Rudradvip is divided into two parts. One is on the eastern side of Ganga and one is on the western side of Ganga. And it is said that 11 Rudras are residing here, constantly saying the names of Gauranga. And Shankaracharya and Vishnu Swami, both, it is also, I'm not sure, but I heard that Nimbarkacharya also visited. But Shankaracharya and Vishnu Swami, it's mentioned in the book also that they have visited. So Shankaracharya, because we have seen yesterday Vidyanagara was here, so it is said that it's the Oxford of the East. So all the scholarly people were residing in Bengal. So if anybody have to prove that they are the topmost scholars, they have to come here, do the debate and win over the scholars here. Then only they'll be proven that they are the first. They're the first, like they're the top amongst the scholarly persons. So Shankaracharya also would come here just to meet all these scholarly persons, then win over an argument. So he was visiting here, but the Lord appears to him and he says that I know you are a great devotee, internally you are a very great devotee of mine, but because I wanted you are you came to preach Mayavada philosophy, but here there is no place for Mayavada philosophy. Please go somewhere, like leave Nadia. And he also says already there is Praudha and Vriddha Shiva are already reciting here. So please leave this place. So Shankaracharya will leave the place on the order of the Lord. And then Vishnu Swami also, one time he just with all his devotees, his disciples, he will just come visit this place, and they're all reading the scriptures of Gauranga Mahaprabhu and of the Lord. They have been reading, and Shiva, we know, is a great devotee of the Lord, and wherever somebody is like talking, he gets so ecstatic. So Shiva was very, very pleased by their recital of the Lord's pastimes, and he gives his darshan, and he says, from now onwards, this sampradaya that you are preaching, this will not be Vishnu sampradaya. I am accepting you as my disciple, and this will become Rudra sampradaya. So that's why Vishnu Swami is the Acharya of Rudra Sampradaya. And Lord comes in the dream, and Lord comes to Vishnu Swami, and he will say that, you know, you have received the blessings of my greatest devotee, Lord Shiva. So now you just you're very blessed. So he'll say, now you go and just do your preaching. And he met in Gaura Leela, he came as Vallabha Bhatta, and he met the Lord at Purushottama Kshetra and Jagannath Puri. So Shankaracharya and Vishnu Swami came to this Rudradvip. And the last place in our today's discussion will be Nirdaya Ghat. So Nirdaya means no daya, no mercy. So what happened? Just like Lord Ram left to forest, and just like Krishna left Vrindavan, and what kind of emotions were being exhibited by the Ayodhyavasis, Vrajavasis. Same Lord, when he took sannyas and he went on his way to Katwa, he crossed this here, like the Ganga that he crossed was this place, Nirdaya Ghat. So like mercilessly, the Lord, left everybody, and he crossed over Ganges, and this happened at the end of Jan 1510. So he took sannyas, and he left Navadvip. So that happened at Nirdaya Ghat. We'll see a video of that too. And finally, we know that this parikrama marg was established by Nityananda. So Nityananda comes, and Nityananda also said that actually the Rasalila happens at Rasasthali place is called as Dhira Samira. So Nityananda said this place is non-different from Dhira Samira. So the Rudradvip is non-different from that Rasasthali place. So Rasasthali place is also there here in Rudradvip. And here is it on the bank of Ganges. Nityananda Mahaprabhu says that. And that is the end of our parikrama. Thank you all so much. Shri Navadvip Mandal Parikrama ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, and all the assembled devotees ki jai.
Hey, thank you, Mataji.
Mataji ki jai.
Jai.
Mataji, I have small videos. Can I show? If you can stop the live.